Hey, what's up everyone? Upstart here with RyXe Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of MewnBase. And probably the last one. Um, in the previous episode, we didn't actually have all this going on right now. What we had was basically just this one strip here with a bunch of clustered or cluttered up solar panels. I think I also had some generators. I don't remember now what I had anymore. Because I've been playing for for a while, trying to advance as much as I possibly can. Possibly can. There's a bunch of stuff going on over there. I had that one wind turbine over there, my batteries and all that. I only had one drone, which now I have four repair drones, one in each section. I think I only had one of these catchers before. Well, now I have four. It would be nice to have many more, but I've been going prioritizing other stuff. Right now I have 10.5k of battery power, and I also have a bigger area over here that I did mention that I was gonna do something up with like a power plant type thing or power grid type thing. Well, as you can see down there, RTGs. I got a bunch of them going down, chilling over there, doing their thing. My little garden area right here, some reservoirs, which obviously I didn't have previously, and we only expanded a little bit previously, the base, but now it's more or less end result or end a final product type of thing of what I wanted to do. I'm still not done, and I'm not going to complete it. I feel like I've spent way too much time on this now without really much advancing. That I do this to be able to play, but I also have to be able to keep advancing and not get stagnant in my own things, which I have somewhat done by this point. So I decided to stop here, and I'm like, you know what, I think that's good enough. There's a little bit of, it's more or less organized, and there's kind of what the general idea of what I want is already done. If I wanted to, I could continue playing this for hours and hours on end, but no, can't really do that. But anyways, so we left off on day 66. We are now on day 108. I think that's an 8, or is it a 3? No, it's an 8, clearly. Okay, so a tour. Right now I have 40 tech or samples. I've already uncovered everything, which I did in the previous episode, I believe. And I still haven't finished uncovering all of these. I did get 2 of the 4 that we were missing. This fishbowl here, and then the can of cat food. There's still I think this called the birdie or something like that, birdie or the birdie or something, whatever. I don't know what that one would be. It looks like a ball or a pile of something. It could be a full bowl of cat food. It looks kind of roundish at the bottom, but kind of like sticking out at the edges, and then there looks like it has a big old blob or cluster of something on top. So that would seem right there. Anyways, so we're not gonna find out if I'm not here. We're not gonna find out what that would do, like if we would get an achievement for getting all the artifacts or whatnot. I do have 40 of them, so I definitely did quite a few of these, and still didn't get anything. I moved my solar panels. I didn't know what to do with them. I thought of just getting rid of them, because I had an idea of putting actually 2 repair drones on each of these, like one here, because one here and then there's 2 on one side, 2 on the other. It's kind of like it's not even, which is kind of like the thing I like to have. So you know what, I just stuck solar panels in there. There's 2 over here as well, and then there's 4 here, and I actually had 1 extra one, which is now just chilling in the inventory right there, because I don't know where else to put it, and I don't feel like putting it anywhere else. Now that it's daytime, or it's just barely dawn. Let's go down here. So I have this little path here. So that was that chug for the autosave right there. So I've been putting a bunch of pavement or strip pavement or whatever striped pavement. I think it looks better than just the regular one. You do have to you basically just run it again through the smelter, and it like basically paints itself kind of way, kind of thing. So what I did here is put the line of pavement, and you have to place that first, and then place the what are these things called? Power circuit? I keep forgetting what they're called. I need to actually go through this. The conduit, that thing. You need to place the conduit on top, and then you can just do that. And then I have 5 batteries now instead of 3. I have a 5x5 going on here of RTGs, which they definitely before I actually thought of not even putting them, like not before, well yeah, before this playthrough, and I ended up doing so, and I think they're like the best thing ever. I think as long as they don't like deteriorate or decay, because apparently they're infinite. I've gone to 100, 100 plus days now, but obviously I didn't have these on day 1, so I can't say that they've lasted 100 days. And that one's right there because it's just an extra one that I had, and I made, and I'm like, oh, I just needed this many, and I made one extra, and then I just put that wind turbine over there. It has to have the area around it. These what would be these 8 blocks around it, the immediate adjacent blocks, they have to be free, so that's why I left it like that, except for like things on the floor. Any buildings, yeah, would obstruct it, but like the conduits or the pavement here is fine. So I have it there, I might as well just put it, so I did that right there. And that's why I have pavement going all around, just to go faster, because you do walk faster. There's kind of a significant difference to do that. And then I have auto what is it called? Auto airlocks going on now. I still am lacking more airlocks, because I did have the idea of having one on each side, which would be one here, there, and there, and then one on each corner as well, which is kind of weird because either they stick up or they stick to the side. And well, the idea was just to go to the side, and I had one there. I removed it so I can place one on each cardinal direction, basically, so to speak. And I've also placed garage, these garages here, because I've been going in different directions, not just like through this path that I have here. So I've also been going in the other cardinal directions to get more materials, because I've been cleaning out most of this area over here as well. And I mean, you know what? Let me go to an area that hasn't been depleted too much of resources. So I've been going left and right. I did go south for a bit, but not much. And as you can see, that's where I decided to put my power grid, my power produce I don't know what to call it, factory, but I don't know what to call it. I know there should be a name for that, obviously, but not something I have on the top of my head. So I have that happening on both sides right there. Water has always been an issue. We still keep having that issue, and I've never been able to get it pretty like too high, just like decent enough to get like some harvests going on here. Those right there, one was already there, and what I did is I'm like, you know what? Because I actually got seeds for that. When I go into here, I have seeds right here, tree seeds, and they're they seem to be very rare, much rarer than the grass seed or the root seed. And you have to basically chop down the tree, and you have I don't know what's the percentage, but you have a rare chance of getting the seed. And then that's what I decided to do, just plant them over there. So now we also have over here the dozer. I was gonna say power drill. The dozer. So right here I have a 3x3, and then there's 6 of these slots are empty, as because I actually had made the 3x3 of the garage, which was my original idea. But then I've also had issues previously. So if I go into here, it is pretty slow, and if you hit the space bar, these drills here begin to move. So it's basically the drill, right? Like if it were like a shredder type thing, or like a power, what is it called? Like an industrial type shredder type thing. I don't know what to call it. So that thing starts moving there, and you just start breaking things up. So with that thing, it's nighttime. I would prefer to be daytime, so I can show it off a little bit better. But let me just go in this direction right here real quick. So you can doze or shred or break up just about like to harvest just about anything, but most of the plant things you can't. So you can do the dead trees, you can do the regular trees, and I think you can also do these sticks right here. Yeah, you can also do that, and then you have to right click and then you go into the inventory of the dozer, and you can also attach the trailer, which I currently have attached to the buggy over there. You can attach it, but it does make it slower, I believe, and it's already slow enough, and you don't really need to bring extra storage because you have your inventory plus this 2x3, which I think is what the trailer gives you anyways. So it's not that much of a, because this does collect on its own as you do things. So I have basically the same thing going on here. And the reason why I did this and removed it from the top was because I would go out long enough, because since it is pressurized, so you don't have to worry about your oxygen or whatnot. So if I'm yeah, so you can't get the roots either. I think you can harvest ice, but you obviously do just walk over it, or drive over it if you don't stop, like to have it like in the range, so to speak, of this, which is basically point blank. And these just you have to stick to the side of them, and then you start breaking them down. So it is pretty beefy, the amount of health it has, because how this house with how slow this dozer is, the those crab rock monster thingies, they come after you, and if you're like digging, they do catch up to you fairly easily, and then they just go at it. They just go at you, and you can't run them over, and you can't kill them by just trying to like doze them. As far as I'm concerned, you can't do this. So I'm right there, and then if they try to they charge at us, then they just go straight through us and jump over to the other side, whatnot. So the lights, you just can't turn them off. They're just always on. If I'm not mistaken, you can't harvest the mushroom either. Yep, nope. So you can harvest just about everything except for, like I said, the grass, the mushroom, and the, what is that other thing called? The root, I think is what I was looking for. And what would happen a lot, very often, because I had that oxygen, infinite oxygen, basically, as long as I had energy here or fuel, I guess it would be power, because it is electrical. So, and then I always had some sufficient food on me all the time, so I would only need to worry about the food mostly, and this energy here, not really the health all that much. And so yeah, you can also crash, but you don't really do much damage. You don't really go fast enough to get to take damage for crashing into things. You can go fast. You can pick up some speed if you just start going straight without stopping, or get a real good stretch. Anyways, the point is that I would sometimes, on occasions, would run out of battery, so I would have to push it. I would literally have to push it, because you can make the jumpstart things, but I don't feel like, to me, that's a waste of resources. So what you can do is you can actually push it. I don't know if it's intended that way, so you can actually push your vehicles, and as long as you have not necessarily a clear path, but as long as you have a clean enough path, or you clean your path, clean the path enough of things that are of obstacles, like let's say this tree right here, this dead tree, then you could push it through, or bring it back all the way to your base, or wherever you have your charging stations, which I would call these garages charging stations, and start charging, and finally you can move it again, right? So it would occasionally happen to me on this side, because I would go out too far and I would take too long, and there was just too many resources to get and whatnot. Anyways, so the reason I decided to do that was mainly that one, but also to have, because I know I've been saying that I wanted to get my base to like this, like to have it like this, and then have a bunch of stuff over here and set up, and all good and dandy, but it does take like a lot of time, and investing a lot of time into doing that. And as you go along, you start getting new ideas and new like things. I'm like, oh, I should probably do this and that. So my next idea after that was like, since I had this 3x3 of the garage here, I was thinking about having the same thing both on all three sides, because like I said, this one's gonna be like my power facility type thing. So I don't know if I would do it. Maybe I would, but past here, I don't know if I would do it like right here. I feel like it would be a waste, so I would have to have it down here, so I would actually have to walk further. And the idea would to be basically replicate what I have on this side on each side, in those on those points where I'm talking about. But also not just that, also have not just the garages and the pavement, but also individual or individual vehicles for each side. So a buggy for each side and a dozer for each side. That would be nice as well to have. Maybe a little bit of a waste of resources, but once you like get going and you're so far into the game, you got so many hours into it, you can just do that, and it wouldn't affect you in any way, shape, or form. And then with my battery, so I didn't pay attention to how much battery we have, like how much we have stored up, and how much like if we last throughout the night. But I think we do. We don't have any power issues anymore. Nothing like of that sort. Obviously, if you'd make some sort of rain catching water production facility, that would be like more than a 4x4 or 5x5. That probably eat through your power pretty quick, pretty easily. Obviously, if you have a larger greenhouse, or maybe even a larger storage capacity for the water, all sorts of stuff. I haven't really felt the need to make more than 4 in total of these smelters. So with those 4 was enough. But I also haven't made. Where is it? Here, auto crafter. I never made it. I never made the med bay. I never had the need to do that. So it's all good. I think I did die once somewhere, and I don't remember what it was from. Probably oxygen deficiency or something like that. And you basically just have to start back up through either an autosave or one of your last saves if you like do a save and quit thing. And it's just like it just rolls you back basically. There's no such thing as like, oh, you died, so you lost all the stuff that you had on you and you're back at base. No, you died, back to the last save, like your typical game. Anyways, besides that, I don't think I have really much else to say. You don't really need to have many of these air cleaners or air scrubbers or whatever, or oxygen makers thingies. So I've only had 2, and that's all I've ever needed at this point in time. Probably earlier you may want to have them, but like later in the game, like now, not really. So right there I just have that chilling. So just something real quick, so if that's not attached, so if I want to attach it, I think I would have to click on this. It's easier to notice it during the day, during the night I mean, but well, you can see it there. The light turns on and off, so when it's off, it's not connected. When it's then that would always happen when I'm out and I'm like, I wouldn't notice or pay attention to my food or my hunger, and then I'm just like, oh, I need food, boom, eat it, and then continue on. So right there, it's not attached. And if I push it away a little bit, and then I click on that to activate to attach it, there you go. It just kind of like instantly attaches it. So anyways, I don't need that. It does slow it down. So anyways, so one of the things that I had done previously, not during like this area, because during this from the previous episode to this one, but in the previous one, like off camera on that one, I had just gone around and gone, cruising around like this, doing all sorts of drifting and stuff. Like, yeah, with the spacebar, this one does the whole handbrake thing. I think I've already mentioned that. And I think this is gonna be the last thing I'm gonna be doing. Like, oh, you just gotta try to, if you want to, go off-roading and have a little bit of entertainment. Not really doing anything of productive. So the space is literally a handbrake, so it does stop. mostly, because but since I am trying to accelerate, obviously, basic vehicle vehicle stuff that I wouldn't know much because I'm not that much into cars, but other people that are would know. And I crashed into that. I don't know if I caused damage there, but yeah, the dozer doesn't do that. You can't get high enough. So with the dozer, you can't. If you even if you try to run these things over, where are you? I need you. Whenever I need you, you're never here. Here you are. So you can do that with that much speed with the buggy, but you can't do it at all. Even if you get speed with the dozer, I don't think I tried, and I recall not being able to run these over and kill them. So I would always have to go. They would be a pain because since they can catch you up, or catch up to you, and you'd be out getting resources. Um, you have to be, yeah, you're making constant stops, and you're just moving slowly, like, oh, moving from one spot, from one resource to the next one, and blah blah blah. And they aggro you. They have a really good aggro range. I don't know if it's good for us, but it's good for them probably. And as you're doing this, they catch up, and then you attract more than one, two, three, just a group of them, and then they're just basically pounding on you, and you have to run away or get out and manually kill them. So that's a little bit of a downer, or a downside on that, in that aspect. But right now my base is just is almost, I could say, almost finished, in a sense. Like it's almost in a finished state, because I don't feel like I don't really feel like I need to have a bigger greenhouse or anything like that, as long as I'm producing all three of the items, or four if you want to keep producing mushrooms. But be producing grass, roots, and have some trees. For the trees, you obviously would need a blank piece of land, without, because those can't be grown indoors. I tried, and you can't grow them indoors. Anyways, um, I don't. That one just went straight through the textures right there. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. Maybe saw it, kind of sort of came in, and then when just the whole thing went in there. Anyways, so that's just about really all you need, in my opinion. So one of the things I would probably continue, if I were to continue to play this, what I would do is, my energy is good enough. So my power grid, I feel like it's good enough, so I wouldn't feel the need to make anything more than that. And the solar panels, yeah, like I said, RTG's basic, to me, literally like a dark horse in the power. As long as it doesn't die after a certain amount of days or whatever. It doesn't say it in the description or anything like that. I would assume it would tell you. So yeah, that over there, RTG, kind of, I'm basically now figuring it out, or finding out that it's the best thing ever in terms of power. Wind turbine, I feel like it's too expensive to go for the wind turbine rather than this. I think I'd rather just go for this, but I don't really know exactly how much it would cost me. So it cost me 2 here, and then it cost me to make an electronics, it cost me 1 and 2, so two of these right here, plus scrap or whatnot. Anyways, but this one requires an engine, and I think the engine also requires an electronic piece. Oh no, it just requires that, so it's just 1 and 1. It's 2. I guess it's kind of the same thing, but the RTG is kind of, I feel like it doesn't vary. It's just a stable energy supply. I never made, oh yeah, just 1 chemistry lab. I didn't really make any more than just these 2 storage habitat modules, or storage modules, and they've been enough for me, even though I'm a hoarder. So since these have they seem to not have a limit in their stack, or they're probably just 999. In this game, unless you play it for like 100 hours or so, you'll probably fill up a stack. I don't know. I've gotten up to 625, with how much I've been drilling, going out and collecting resources and whatnot. I still have a few stacks right there, here and there, and it's all good. So that's mostly just it, really. There's not much else to do anymore. It is a short game, like I've said previously. It's more like a rapid fire type game. Do the 33 days, survive, done, and then probably play again, or just play one one file and then just play it for as long as you want, and just like any other survival base building type of game, build your base as big as you want with as many of facilities or buildings or things as you want, to be able to collect as many, to automate as much things that you can possibly can, like water collection, the repairing. You're not even gonna have to do anything. Obviously, collection, you would always have to do that on your own. But anyways, that's basically it there. Mostly a final product of what my base would look like. There's still a bunch of empty space here and there, but the rain catches, they could be, those could be placed like off to the side, or you could probably go on one side here electrical, and then one side down here water, and then put pavement all in this area here, so you can go all the way down, and then right down the middle, or actually, yeah, I think that's actually a good idea. On one side it would be power, the other side water, and then straight right here you could probably have your other the other garages here, and then just boom, straight down, and then in every cardinal direction there. All good. And that's like the main stuff that you need. Not much else really. The problem with these solar panels and why I didn't place them down there in that area was because I was gonna need drones, or maybe if I didn't put drones closer to that area, or in that area, maybe they would be called over from this. I don't know what the range is for these either, so that's another thing. You would need to experiment and find out the range of that, so that, because they do fix your solar panels, or dust them basically. That's fixing them. So I decided to keep them close here. Either keep them close here or just not use them at all. And probably later on I wouldn't use them, but right now I just had them like, you know what, let me just put some right there, whatever, blah blah blah. Maybe I could probably close this off a little bit better. Maybe it would be like have like only like a 2x2 kind of area, like inland type thing, for, I don't know, just to have space for the these buildings, smelters, constructors, whatever kind of thing. Because I feel like this right here, this is not really needed. I could have just had these two right here filled with habitat modules here and here, and maybe up here. Well, that would just end up with one one on each corner. So probably not like that. Maybe a bigger base where I had maybe one over, and I would have 5 slots in between, and it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'd use the center one, as like have a crossing right there, intersection type thing going on each. Probably would be better. And then you'd have a 2x2 in each corner, and you would know what you have on each side. Maybe you could have, I just noticed that right there, have auto repair drones, or repair drones, one in each corner, one over there, here, and then on the outer corners and on the inner corners, and then like that kind of thing. Anyways, I'm just rambling on a lot now. I just want to make this the end of this playthrough. I don't know what's coming next. I'm just gonna have to go through my library and see what I want to do next, play next. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for this game, this playthrough. Like, it's a really nice game. It's short. It's a small title, but it's very, very entertaining and time consuming. It's a huge time sink if you really get into doing all those types of things, trying to perfect a base. Obviously, there's all other types of opinions or ideas of how a base should go, but I kind of just like something. If you look at this, you can see the majority. You can see it, like, of the base. You can see it in one screen. And you don't have to like move too much up to the side, to the top and bottom, yes, but not to the one, like not in the aspect of the width. But anyways, and whatever's on the outskirts, like this and that, well, obviously you're not going to see the entire map. So yeah, anyways, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe for more future playthroughs. Hit that like button if you liked the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.